What is child labor? The term child labor is often defined as work that deprives children of their childhood, their potential, and their dignity, and that is harmful to physical and mental development. It refers to work that is mentally, physically, socially, or morally dangerous and harmful to children. It also interferes with their schooling by depriving them of the opportunity to attend school, obliging them to leave school prematurely, or requiring them to attempt to combine school attendance with excessively long and heavy work. The worst forms of child labor include all forms of slavery, such as sale and trafficking of children, debt bondage, forced or compulsory recruitment of children for use in armed conflict, procuring or offering of a child for prostitution, for illicit activities, in particular for the production and trafficking of drugs as defined in the relevant international treaties. It involves children being enslaved, separated from their families, exposed to serious hazards and illnesses, or left to fend for themselves on the streets of large cities, often at a very early age. Causes of child labor. Poverty. Poverty and child labor form a vicious cycle. Without tackling one, we cannot eradicate the other. When families cannot afford to meet their basic needs, they have no choice but to send their children to work to supplement the household income. Second, lack of access to quality education. Schools need to have a welcoming environment with appropriate class sizes, a curriculum designed for the local context, and affordable for rural communities. Getting children into school and out of harmful work is one thing, but keeping them there means quality education accessible for all. Conflicts and mass migration. According to the ILO, children make up more than half of the total number of people displaced by war. These children are particularly vulnerable to forms of exploitation, including child labor, due to an increase in economic shocks, a breakdown of social support, education, and basic services. Natural disasters and climate change. Rural families who depend on reliable seasons for farming are particularly vulnerable to altered patterns of rainfall, soil erosion, or extreme weather. When crops are destroyed or farming land is ruined, families struggle to make a living and are more likely to send their children to work in neighboring farms. Lastly, limited understanding of child labor. When families do not understand the dangers of child labor and how these impact on the health, safety, well being, and future of their child, they are most likely to send their children to work. Some cultural beliefs and social norms can also be drivers of child labor.